Yeah, I saw that. Oh, there we go.
Oh, Valkyrie is on sale now, apparently, to someone. Go check the page. But
What's
don't
it?
leave this one. Open a new tab.
Open a new tab, yeah.
What's on sale? What's on sale?
Valkyrie apparently is
Valkyrie
officially
is
on sale. On sale.
So.
So no Kraken.
I'm still not seeing it in
He must have been thinking because people were saying the CCU is there that it's out, but
oh.
I'm
I'm not seeing anything in
Yeah, I don't see it either.
standalone chips. Yeah.
How much is the Valkyrie?
It's gonna be like 375.
350. Or
350, 375, something.
Wait, it's from. If it's upgrade from.
It should be if it's a war bond, it should be 350, and if it's non, it should be 375. If you're gonna melt.
So, well, Valkyrie to Hammerhead is 350, right?
Yeah. So
Hammerhead is like 750 now. Well,
725.
725.
So are we not getting Kraken?
Nice.
We don't know yet.
We don't know. Nobody's seen anything on the Kraken. Like they accidentally released the Valkyrie stuff for the upgrades, but there's nothing on the Kraken.
Well, allegedly, people are posting pictures of the brochure they gave people at the door, and it has a Kraken in it.
Yeah,
there is a picture on Reddit of a gigantic model Kraken as well. If you go and look.
Yeah, there's a model too that people were posting.
I'm not sure. Have you seen the model? Because I can see the engines. I can see it's a ship, but when they said carrier, I'm thinking, okay, there's a door. You know, not just like a space station with decks on it that has an engine.
There is a hangar in it that's going to be used for outfitting ships, and it'll fit at least a Buccaneer on the inside. I think it might fit something bigger.
But if it, I mean, you're just a city. People can just fly up to that thing and shoot them.
It's not meant to be military. It's civilian. That's why it would be cheaper.
Yeah, it's basically a mobile.
This is Drake we're talking about.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be very useful. What if you want to get a bunch of sabers from point A to point B, like 5 systems away?
It'll be armed, but it's not meant for heavy combat.
Well, I guess
it's going to be a great carrier.
Jump them. Yeah.
The brochure does say
but
it says it's an attack carrier.
Huh.
The brochure.
It's civilian attack carrier, not military attack carrier.
Well, there's no such thing as a civilian.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like what?
I don't know.
It could be if it's
All I know
PMC,
is
maybe.
that the first thing that's going to happen is you should be able to turn off the gravity on the upper deck.
Oh, Jared's on.
Jared's on.
Hey.
All right, let's just talk about this later.
Hi.
Hi, Jared.
The sound is off.
Yep.
Got a view in front of the long center. I'm just before we get into it, look at this view. This is right from outside the long center. This is downtown Austin. Here at CitizenCon 2948, folks have been waiting outside. The first people got in line for like 7 a.m. We have community managers.
Watch
Tyler, how you doing, man?
Doing great, thanks, Jared. Yeah, we are out here on the terrace right now. People are everywhere. Ulf, what are you thinking?
It's baking, but it's awesome.
Yeah, the sun just conveniently came out right when it cut to us, so that worked out well. But yeah.
I know it's been raining the last couple days, hasn't it? We were worried we were going to get rain today, but look at the sun come out.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
I thought it was always raining in Austin.
Yeah, no. So we're going bigger and better than ever before. Jared, what are you thinking?
I'm noticing some fantastic costumes. Oh my gosh. Who do you have here there with you?
Oh yeah, we have Kin Shadow and actually this is cool. What's your name? Yes, that is a voice changer. We're going to catch up with them a little later today. We're going to get all the cosplayers.
There's a little bit of audio desync going on here.
Just a tiny bit.
We're going to check back with the dragon. Let's separate a little bit. Let's get a little tease. Look at that. Look at that thing. Look at that. That is a life-size dragonfly.
I'm going to get on that thing later on.
Yeah, you are.
They need to synchronize it.
With you again inside. Just
maybe now we can tap it in.
Sounds good.
Damn, that's a big delay.
All right. So, CitizenCon 2948, we've got a long history here at CitizenCon.
Oh, it's really
better as
because
every year
for
goes
some reason
on.
they didn't want to
this
just
year
use
is
Twitch, which is perfectly fine.
Change to that. One of the things that we've improved is our hosting. No longer will you have to sit here and just listen to me for the next 10 hours. That's because I'm
improved hosting.
By lead writer, Mr. Will Weisbaum. Will, how you doing, man?
Oh, hello, CitizenCon.
How are you?
It is so exciting to be here. Look at all these people back here. There's a dragon.
Pledge $150 for audio sync.
Outside. I mean, and I hate to do this so soon into the live stream, but I have to correct you. As a fully
I'm going to refresh the page on my stream just to see if it plays better, because fucking hell, it's awful.
Could you imagine if you actually paid money for a desync to live stream?
Oh my god.
Well, if we paid money, they would have used the professional crew.
No, I've got nothing.
I think it's definitely getting the Reddit hug of death here.
Are you guys out of sync as well for the voice?
Everybody is.
It won't even reload for me.
Now I've just got the ring of death.
Board's restreaming it. Let's see if his is better.
No, it's not. Look at the background. It's still desynced.
One, two, three, four,
oh, yeah,
five,
it's just
six.
Between 6 and 7
Between
panels.
6 and 7 panels, including a special surprise panel that we have not told you about coming up later. Mark your calendars for 5 p.m. Central Time today for something special.
But ignoring all that, what you're really going to be watching is the second stage. From my understanding, all the best presentations are going to be going on in Rollins. The second stage.
Okay, is that because at 5 o'clock, the not special thing that I'm talking about is you're leaving here to go to the second stage to do your own presentation?
Oh, is that
Yes,
what's
my special thing at 5 o'clock is actually in direct confrontation with your special thing at 5 o'clock over there. We go from broadcast colleagues to broadcast competitors at 5 o'clock.
I really wish you had told me this earlier. I'm so glad that we're getting all these kinks worked out during rehearsal right now.
Well, it's my fault for guessing that you can read a schedule. So we got a lot of stuff going on today.
Yeah, it's better now.
Do we have Tyler and Ulf? Are Tyler and Ulf set up? No, they're still getting set up in another location.
It's a sea of people out there. Most of them are
a sea of
into
people. So we're going to cut back to Tyler Ulf in just a couple minutes. Let me tell you what's going on.
Yeah,
we start the day with our opening keynote. Now, if you've watched CitizenCon since it first started back in 2013, we've always ended the show with our big Chris Roberts keynote presentation. We are not going to make you wait today. We are hitting the ground running.
Dessert first.
Yeah, when we're ready to start things, we are starting off with Chris Roberts in the presentation and the
I'm gonna go get my
playthrough of Alpha 3.3 that you've been looking forward to. And
wow,
then after
there
that,
we
are
go.
Going through our panel stuff, and then we got all kinds of panels. We got Principles of Flight.
Oh, yeah, if you resync
we changed the schedule up a little bit from
resync.
what was on the website
Not
before.
superintendent.
I didn't even hit refresh. It just
Oh,
did
you
it on
didn't?
its own.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
All the things people want right up front. You want Chris's demo? Boom, first thing. The second thing, Principles of Flight, the brand new Star Citizen flight experience.
Yeah.
That starts at 3 p.m. Central Time. If you've ever flown a spaceship in Star Citizen, you are not going to want to miss that. After that, we have the Art of Hurston. Art of Hurston is where we've got the environment art team. Ian Leland and Michelle Cooper are here from Foundry 42 UK, and they are showing all the art of Stanton. You remember their panel from last year. At 247 slides last year, it took it to the limit. I'm told they have 248 slides this year.
The amount of craftsmanship and artistry that goes into crafting these worlds is... it leaves me speechless. I'm amazed. Every week we go into these reviews and meetings, and I just can't believe it. So that's one I'm going to be excited to check out myself.
All right. So I understand that Ulf is ready in the orchestra lobby here. Let's go ahead and Ulf, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh.
Hey
Can
there.
you hear me?
Who are you there with?
I'm with JR, the creator of the Dragonfly that we just saw outside.
Yeah, you guys got us to do the Raven last year. We get to do a Dragonfly this year, going from 8 scale to full scale. It's been awesome.
And it's desynced again.
Did you put in that Dragonfly? It looks amazing, by the way.
I like the
We
Dragonfly.
had about 2.5 months.
I like the
Obviously, we were able to
Dragonfly
ship
more
that
than the
from
Raven
Scotland
last
to
year.
here, air freight it over, so that added a little bit of interest to it all. But no, we're really pleased with it. It's come together so well. It looks so nice out there in the sunshine.
Any issues with customs when you ship a space bike?
No more issue with customs coming over with our paint kits than we had with the Dragonfly. No, we sent it out with a couple of weeks' grace just in case there was an issue. So that's why everyone saw the crates leaving our workshop just before Con 42. But no, as it happens, sailed through, no issues at all.
And there's some sound coming on from the Dragonfly as well. How did you make that happen?
It's actually running in game. So the Dragonfly itself has control interfaces on it, and it's just running a custom map in engine just through a dev build. So we get the actual sounds from in-game, because that was much easier than trying to copy all your guys' sounds. But no, I should also say this definitely wasn't a just me project. We had so many people, both from our own team and the community, coming to help out. And when everything's through, we're going to do a really nice blog post to thank everyone, because everyone has been absolutely phenomenal. Not just Cals and Noodle and Darren and all these guys. It's all been brilliant.
It looks fantastic, and like everyone out there is enjoying it and like taking the pictures.
Absolutely. I mean, we're probably going to get close to everyone on it at least once today. We've already had some people that have been on 3 times already, so I think we might have to start stamping their hands. Otherwise, they're just going round and round in the queue.
Mine's still
Tyler and I
buffering.
are going to stop by later on, so make sure you save seat.
Oh, it's working now
Well,
for me.
Jared's already been on it. Skip the queue.
I reloaded the whole
but,
page
it's good. We'll
and
see that.
deactivated all my ad blockers.
All right, Ulf, thanks
There
so
we go.
much. We're gonna cut back to you in just a little bit. We'll see who else you got out there. Yeah,
Of course,
I
the
will
audio
admit,
is still
John
unsynced
Lane
again.
is correct. I walked out there earlier today, and I saw the full-size Dragonfly,
Darn.
and I saw all the people, but I didn't know that it was like open for business. I walked straight to the Dragonfly, and I stepped up on the stairs, and I
Will the
went
patch
to get
drop before or after?
on. There was a person there, and I thought it was like an employee. I'm like, can I just get on?
Will
No,
the
refresh
patch
again.
drop before or after the stream?
We don't know. Are we taking bets?
all the way overseas in Scotland.
Yeah, during the process of, CitizenCon is a massive production, and as you go through the day, we're going to show you all kinds of, and we're going to cut back to the Dragonfly. We'll have a whole segment of the Dragonfly a little bit, so you can get to see it in all of its detail. But we had several product reviews where we had to go through and make sure, not that we didn't trust John Rain. John Rain does amazing work, but you still have to go through and check everything and make sure it's along the lines we're supposed to. And Paul Jones, vehicle art director, and I went out to Scotland and visited John Rain in his workshop and got to see it in intermediate state and got to sit on it before it was painted and everything, and was still being put together. And it's amazing to see that work in progress. John Rain is I don't want to say he's a singular talent, but he's the only person I know that does things at that scale, and I like to keep it that way.
It's pretty indescribable to see something that's gone from like it's nugget of an idea to concept to an in-game vehicle to be standing next to it in real life. I don't think I've ever had an experience like that before. It kind of blew me away. I'm just flabbergasted overall. You're going to keep hearing me say that over and over throughout this live stream. I am just speechless. I cannot say enough about how I cannot talk about how great CitizenCon is.
Yeah, big time.
Bigger. If we have a full-size Dragonfly this year, where do we go next year?
I like to pretend that the
that.
long center is a Bengal, and that's my personal role play that I'm doing right now.
All right. Let's go over 2 more events that you're going to see today, and then we'll go back to Tyler, who I understand has another guest. At 5 o'clock is our special unnamed presentation. Now, we're not going to tell you about what it is. You're going to want to come right back here at 5 o'clock to see something.
What's at 5 o'clock?
Or possibly watch a live lore maker.
I assume it's the Kraken
at 5.
I'm assuming it's
on
the
the other
Kraken.
channel.
Could it be the Kraken or
It's about personal choice.
It is
Is anyone else's video like out of
And then
sync?
at 6
Yeah,
o'clock,
now it is
we have
again.
a bunch of
Yeah, it was
characters.
synced,
Sean Tracy, Josh Herman, and Allie
Like,
Brown.
it's out of sync by like 5
bringing,
seconds.
Not only our player
Just
characters,
gets worse
but
and
our
worse and worse, and then
NPCs
they
to
finally
life.
resync it again, and then it
Character
just
tech in our
does
game
it
is
again.
Some of the absolute most impressive tech in our game. So there's a lot of good stuff to show in that one. So Tyler, I understand you got something. Who you got with you, Tyler?
Just look at it this way. It's a
You're wandering the
tribute
halls
to
and found a
us.
community member who hasn't found their seat yet. I hope that you're able to still get a seat in there.
I definitely will.
Yeah, so what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Tyler from Dallas.
Wait, say that again. What's your name?
Tyler.
Beautiful name. Yeah, so is this your first CitizenCon?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And what do you think so far?
I'm loving it, man. It's so much fun.
Awesome.
Oh,
I got
God,
one big question for you.
it
What does
syncs
the
like
first
for
Citizen
me
community
now.
mean to you?
You know, I think it's just a great
Yeah,
place
just close
to
your eyes.
find new
It's a
friends.
lot better
I've
show
been
that
able to
way.
blend in with like 3 or 4 different groups.
You turned my eyes.
They just took me in and we walked around because I was here alone for most of the time.
I love it. And what are you hoping to see today?
The Hammerhead.
Honestly, the Hammerhead.
That might happen. Cool, man. Well, thank you so much. I'll let you get to your seat. Back to you, Jared and Will.
He's clearly not Evocati.
All right, what else?
Evocati, I would have said
Find
Carrick.
Another Tyler from Dallas.
I would have been
they
cliche
have
and
a
said
hand
Carrick.
Do you know what that hand signal was?
I do know, but I'm not supposed to know. I'm not going to reveal the Tyler hand signal live on air right now.
It started.
We're all
God,
waiting
that
for the
desync.
Keynote right now. It's very exciting.
It's a long show, folks.
Look at
all
all
right.
these people. Look how far
actually,
they come.
actually, yeah. Can we take a look at the crowd? Can we get some pans of the crowd and see just how many people are packed into the?
Disco
the
looks
hall
so
here?
freaking sharp though. Holy
Where's the
shit.
drone?
We don't have. We have to save something for next year. Next
appreciating
year.
It's fresh.
Let's see what we got here.
PTU update available. PTU is out.
Ah.
What?
Look at that.
Wait, so you're on?
What?
Time to go and crash it.
Beautiful people coming from
Yes,
not
I'm
only
serious.
all
I'm
over the
downloading
country,
it.
Of country of the USA,
Oh, hell
but
yes.
also
I'm out.
all over the world to be here.
I don't see it on the page.
We've had 2 Bar Citizen events, one last night and one the night before. Actually, there were 2 Bar Citizens last night, and then there was another Bar Citizen the night before. I talked to people from Australia. I talked to people from Norway. Talked to people from Poland. Talked to people from Venezuela. And one guy claimed to be from Antarctica.
From
And
Antarctica.
I asked him. I'm serious. One guy claimed to be from Antarctica, and I asked him. I've never seen like an Antarctica driver's license or any kind of ID, and he said they didn't have any.
That kind of makes sense. I don't think you're driving around.
Why
right
doesn't Antarctica get?
Are you sure public test
I mean,
universe
'cause is
isn't
there
up for
actual
me?
country-
Yeah, it's not up
It
for me
just-
either.
live in
It
Antarctica?
just told me. Hold on, Evocati guys, can you confirm?
Yes, it's
I
live.
was beginning to wonder if he was pulling my chain.
It's an update, yeah.
Just up
Okay.
the
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay,
then
for
at
Evil Caddy,
7
not for
o'clock-
PTU.
7 o'clock,
Yeah.
we have the evolution
Well,
of
I don't know.
facial
I mean, it
animation
might be.
technology. Now, if you watched last year's broadcast,
Why
you might
would they
remember
update
Ivo
us
Herzeg.
like
Ivo Herzeg gives the most
on today? I
detailed,
don't know. Maybe they're just giving it to Eva Cotty first to make sure it's okay, and then they'll release it to you guys.
Anybody
Yeah.
I
incredibly
don't have a
impressive.
clue.
And Ivo is here
So I'm not
talking about
saying
the
anything
evolution
until
of
I'm
our
sure.
facial technology. Right after the bring a bunch
It must
of
be just for
characters to
you
life. It's almost
guys
like a
because
good
I'm
programming.
not seeing
See the
anything on
characters and
mine.
then focus on
Yeah,
the
I'm
facial
getting
facial
a
animation
400
in our game.
400
Not
meg
just the
upgrade
face
or
wear stuff
update.
that, you know,
Okay,
well,
guys, just
face wear, which is
update
awesome,
quietly.
But the performance capture
Roger.
stuff that we
To
use
be
for
able
Mark
to take
Hamill
it from the stage into the character, bring these, you know, the performance comes directly from the actors and gets translated so wonderfully into the game, and a lot has to do with the tech that they're developing here. My little personal connection is I helped Ivo, get a drink of water yesterday. He was lost in the Long Center. There's a lot of hallways here, and I helped him out, and I feel good about that.
Bit late.
Gotcha. So I don't know if we're going to get another Tyler or Ulf, but we'll see if we can get them back. After the evolution of facial technology, we have crafting space.
Oh,
Who named
looks like the
that?
keynote started.
What's going on there?
Someone fell over.
Brian Chambers.
Oh, so we got a Brian Chambers spotting.
Come here.
Hello.
Are we calling him up? Is
Yes.
Brian Chambers coming up here?
Brian Chambers, come here. That was Brian Chambers.
The Brian Chambers.
Brian Chambers jumping up on stage and taking his patented Brian Chambers selfie.
Joining us all the way from Frankfurt, Germany.
Jesus.
So at 8 o'clock we got crafting space. That's Ali Brown, Mike Snowden, and
I
Ben
gave up
Berry
counting.
talking about crafting all of the visuals of the verse. Come over here. Normally we'd have something to cut away to and cover the addition of a guest, but Brian Chambers decided to call an audible here.
He's allowed to do that. He's Brian Chambers.
He is allowed to do that. He is allowed to do that.
Careful
And
those wheels.
And then while we get him set up at 9 o'clock, the question on everybody's mind, since it was first posted about 2 months ago, road to release. We'll find out what road to release means at 9 o'clock. Brian, how you doing, man?
I am good.
Welcome to the live stream.
Thank you.
CitizenCon 2948.
Yeah, if we can just keep this many people on the server.
What are you doing here, man?
Just hanging out in Austin.
Just hanging out in Austin.
Yeah.
Actually, I would mean to ask you, do you have any official duties here?
As far as something on the
That
calendar, not at all.
auditorium
I literally
looks
am
really
just
nice.
here
What is
to
it you
hang
do
out with
here?
backers, mingle, answer questions.
Spread your calming energy as far and wide as you can.
Is live chat broken
literally,
for anyone
you
as
know,
well?
you would almost think, oh, okay, instead of being on a panel and doing this, you know, it's just casual.
It's just
Since
7:08K
7:30
people
this
are
morning,
watching
it's
though.
just been nonstop,
Got
chatting
that.
with people, shaking hands, hanging out. And,
Mine says
the community's been
9.1.
awesome.
Now, I bet, you know, I joke about, you know, do you have any responsibilities? I asked that because last year, CitizenCon was in your hometown. It was in Frankfurt. It was there at your studio.
Do they have
So I think if
completely
anybody
different
deserves to
systems
just
for one
kick
audio
back
and one video?
and
I don't
enjoy
know.
CitizenCon this year. It's
Yeah,
you
yeah,
after
no.
It must be because
It's so bad.
I
Like, don't
appreciate you calling that out.
Just like a
because they
10
did
seconds.
reach out.
It's like it's being dubbed because one guy's lips are moving out of the other guy's voice.
It's like I'm watching anime or something.
Annoying thing, they're gonna blame us later, saying, "Well, no, you guys want
And
to pay
honestly, my honest response was no, but I had a reason.
Why
I mean,
didn't they
last
just do
year
lunch?
was awesome in Frankfurt, right?
Yeah.
And I think the show was.
Oh, it's
Is
live
that-
on YouTube.
I don't know. Wait, it's live on YouTube?
No, they didn't.
They said
do
they weren't
that.
hosting on.
No, they aren't hosting it. They won't, which is a really dumb idea, in my opinion. You want
Well, no, they-
exposure for this.
You don't have to be a backer. You just have to have an account. You don't have to spend any money.
No, I said it's only available for all backers.
It's knackers. I've got an account that doesn't have anything on it that's able to see it. I've got my ex watching it.
Yeah, I'm not logged in right now, and I'm watching it. So, yeah.
They're well aware
Yeah.
of the exposure. They're not.
Yeah.
They want the traffic to their website.
Yeah. See, the benefit here is what's going to happen to the citizen count. It's going to skyrocket.
Just so people can watch it.
It's going to grow the franchise.
Wait, what part were they just talking about?
One
One
minute.
minute out.
Something about a bird.
Maybe Hammerhead?
They better fix their sync issue before the keynote.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh my
They
god.
better. Should they fix it, or will they fix it? You think?
They've been fixing it. They just keep breaking it.
Now I can't hear anything.
And now there's
That's
like no
the delay.
sound.
That's the delay.
Okay, Chris coming. Let's keep it quiet.
Of course, I have to leave in 10 minutes.
I mean, there's dozens of people who are restreaming.
Yeah.
Is it better on Twitch?
No.
Well, no, you're gonna have the same desync.
Yeah, they're just restreaming it. So
that's some armor right there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Of course, the guy's wearing the marine armor, which I don't like.
Look like he could afford the pants though.
And he can't sit in his seat that he paid for.
Yeah, didn't they warn you? You have to take off the heavy armor before you can sit in the seat.
Yeah.
It's a sausage fest in there.
What was it last year
There's a
when
girl.
we found like the one girl sandwich? Oh, that's an old lady. There's an
Still
old
a
lady
flex
there, right in the middle.
I think that is the desync fixed.
It might be a grandma with her like little
The
grandson.
one guy in the crowd with a fedora.
Yeah, I saw that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The one with the
The
white
amount of bald heads.
Even the
Oh my
crowd's
God.
decent.
Why is everybody bald?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what the hell? That's a good observation. I guess because
Because
older
us
guy.
old people are bald.
I'm an old person and I'm not bald.
I'm about 20
Just a
seconds
butcher.
behind on
Fucking
sound.
bastard.
Maybe I should refresh.
Oh.
I thought it was,
Drake.
I thought it was just
Sync.
a reference to 3.2, 3.1, where everybody was bald.
Everyone shaves their head.
Cost again.
I'm
probably gonna have to leave the second they unveil something amazing.
I'm
Chris
be
Roberts
honest, how many
comes
of
on
us-
for the stage. Carrick is not coming in the game. Leaves.
We decided to
How
remove
many of
the
us are
camera.
sitting with your credit cards on the table?
So there's a
But yeah.
question we can ask in an
Yeah,
interview, which
I'm
is,
ready.
okay, so tell me what you know about
I'm ready to get that
building
fucking
a
Valkyrie.
crowdfunded $200 million game.
Here we
Oh.
Is the audio decent
Phoenix.
fixed?
It'd be nice
It's
if
the Phoenix.
go to.
You
guys
should
watch
be able to.
You could, you could.
Yeah.
Don't go and.
I'm muting you guys. I want to hear this.
It's broken.
Oh, it's not broken for you.
Yeah, it's not broken for me either.
That's cool.
We've built a sci-fi world for people to jump into. And Star Citizen is for people who love science fiction, who love video games, who want an uncompromised scale and scope of a game.
As ambitious as we want to be, the gamer guys who we're doing this
That's a
for
cool
are
shot.
backing us. And so that gives us a really unique opportunity, a very exciting way of making a game and really
That is
pushing
sick.
the boundaries that, most other games can't. It's also a big responsibility. We need to deliver what our backers want.
I personally feel the pressure every single day, but that's also the same pressure that pushes me, as well as the team, to be better every day.
We've been able to go well beyond anything I've ever imagined. And the fact that we're so directly connected to the community and we can see and react to their feedback in real time is incredible fuel for us. It's an energy that most developers don't get to experience.
Most of the stuff that we built last year is already in players' hands. They're playing it, they're giving us feedback. Like this instant feedback loop is actually quite
so
rewarding,
sick.
especially if you've come out of long development cycles.
It means that we can be more sure that what we're creating is good. It is what they want their money to be spent on. It is the game that they want us to build for them. But the scale of that is what's unique and exciting about working at CIG.
So we have 5 studios around the world. Here in Los Angeles is the headquarters. We have another studio in Austin, Texas. We have our biggest development center, which is in Winslow in the UK, which is just outside Manchester. There's a smaller
Still looking at the
studio in
last guy.
Derby,
Yeah,
and then we have a studio in Germany, Frankfurt.
this
it's really important that
that's
people
what Chris
come in
Roberts looks
to
like.
make a game and make games
Imagine
that
if this
are
was a pay-per-view, how
immersive
bad the
and
stream is.
interesting and exciting. That the environment that they're in has that same vibe, has that same feel. So when you come in and you see, you know, in our commissary, the large render of one aspect of our game, and we have even custom bathroom signs with characters from Squadron 42, and we want you to come into work and feel like you're already in the environment. So all you're doing is you're helping us build more of it, and you're helping dive deeper into this world.
That's a really cool background.
Austin is by far the best studio. I know that if you went to every other studio, they might say the same thing, but the first thing you notice when you come into the studio, lights are low. We've definitely got that Keep Austin Weird vibe going.
In this office alone, I believe we have 18 or 19 different nationalities. Each office has a bit of their own core specialty, but we then also have a mix of things that are similar to help fill out the rest of the team so we can all work as autonomously as we need.
All of this then rolls over into next sprint, and we will need to create 2 new tasks for the splints.
We all work together quite a lot. There's rarely a team or meeting that is not across offices.
Okay, so the shops aren't fully locked down. We will have, I think, a better idea of exactly which ones they are at the end of the week. So you can't run a company the size of Cloud Imperium by micromanaging everyone. So I really look for people that can be on the same creative wavelength, that can run with their particular areas of expertise. So most of what I do is actually feedback related. So
funny, though.
Here, this is the general Star Citizen chat, and I just always have this here going to see what people are talking about in game.
Right now, I'm doing some silhouettes, exploring
No, they're
some
talking about
shapes,
the
just to
desync.
get a general idea of what this armor could look like.
So this, for example, is one piece of work we've been looking at. It shows numerous different effects where we can create cracks on the rock, we can make it glow. We have to develop the technology to understand how it would crack, where it would crack, how quickly it would heat up.
Desync is so bad.
It's really annoying.
To edit the motions of this character's hands.
I mean, a lot of us here in the studio like to play tabletop RPGs because it kind of almost
I'm about a minute behind.
Your branching adventure. Like
I'm also scared to refresh the page though.
With cinematics
No, I
quite
refreshed it,
closely,
did nothing.
especially for the earlier chapters, because that's where we're, you know, there's big cinematics to
So basically, this is a nice podcast with an unrelated video behind it.
It's a great way of looking at it.
Clear visions and ownership in what they
Technically,
do,
we're watching
but
the
they're
future.
also willing to adapt that to the overall vision of.
No, we're just watching the past and listening to something further
There's
in the
things we're
past.
trying to do that no one's ever done before, and I think to do that you have to be brave, you have to be
Watching the past and
uncompromising.
listening
We're trying to push the quality of our game.
Well, no, because if you think if they're sent at the same time, so you're watching the past and listening to something further in the past.
We're trying to achieve
Do they
so much,
change
we're
the
pushing
war bond to
boundaries
like
in so
6
many
months now
levels.
or
We
something?
don't shy away from the big
They're not new
challenges, and we
concepts
don't shy
for
away
those
from
things.
taking the harder road.
Oh.
It feels more like a passion project than it does like
Why does it say war
product
bond?
out to make money.
I think
Because
the ultimate
they're
objective,
selling it for the
where
old
we
price.
all kind of come together is delivering this game that we all want to play. Star Citizen.
There's 2
is
prices.
Just a
Yeah,
complete
War Bond is
open
cash only
board
for the price it was
simulation
when it
of this entire
concepted
virtual
for
world
normal.
to
Oh, I see. And the
fidelity
other one's
and
credit.
detail that you've never seen before.
So stupid.
I know where
Sadly,
it's
I
going,
need to go to
know what's
class,
coming
so
online,
hopefully I
and
don't miss
know
anything too
the
cool.
team we have
See you later.
to pull off, and that's what keeps me here today.
From day one, the
I would
DNA
not
of
be
the
late
company
or
has
miss
been
your
about
class
community
for this
engagement,
unsynced
and I
stream.
think that's the fuel that
I
is
would.
helping us build a game
Don't
of the
listen to me.
ambition of Star Citizen.
You use Hans Zimmer for the music there.
So unsynced.
I flew that Raven. I just stopped watching. I'm just listening now. Like,
Oh, Sunny G.
Please welcome to the stage,
come on.
Sandy Gardner.
So bad.
I need to go and hit an audio guy somewhere.
Are we behind now on desync?
Yeah, I thought at first we were in front, now we're behind. I don't know what the hell's going on.
We have grown.
Like the audio is going at 35 frames a second.
we're about like
look at those
30 seconds
freaking
behind
heels.
or something.
500 staff across 5 studios.
Crazy.
And this is testimony to all of you, the citizens who helped us get here, and going forward, and that is what CitizenCon is all about.
Oh, and raise their hands because it's out of
Raise your
sync.
hand if you are part of an
Twitch is up.
organization here. Yeah, that would be almost everybody. Because we now have over
looks like
50,000 organizations. And we have a new thing this year where we have organization booths. So if you are not part of one, or maybe
Front row's getting a show.
Orgs, because it seems everybody's part of an org already. We have org booths out there.
That's rude.
Fun discussing.
Might have Twitch open in another.
And Big Benny's is here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, Twitch synced.
Can you send the Twitch link?
So if you want to get some food, go grab that, or there are other food trucks as well. And if you spill on yourself, there is a merch
Twitch
booth,
works.
For exclusive merch, T-shirts and other exclusive merch. And of course, thank you to our sponsors. We would not be here without them, and to the gifts that they gave, Intel and Corsair. They make these events possible. And lastly, in the world of Star Citizen, our sponsor this year is Drake.
Everyone just they're at 1K
as well as other
right now.
sponsors who all have cool booths to check out.
Left
You
the
guys can
freaking
check them out, and we'll also
I think they
see that
opened
on
up
the
the Twitch
stream.
on purpose.
There's a Drake virtual training facility running, so go try out the FOIP and
Everybody's
the VoIP.
spamming thank you in chat. That's kind
There's
of funny.
Cuddle-Up, if you didn't see that, the life-size dragonfly.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
Drake's
Oh
Serenity
god.
Lounge for all the premium ticket holders out the front.
I'm going down to mute
There's a
Discord
mocap
server.
area for the winners of the contest, where they're
like
doing
text
an in-game emote directing the professional actors. And there's also a fun scavenger hunt throughout the day for everybody that Eric will be giving you the questions to. So there's lots to do, but before I go, Drake Interplanetary would like to share something with you.
In before Kraken.
Everywhere is Intel.
The chat doesn't even load for me anymore.
Watch that Twitch stream, it's synced.
Yeah, Twitch is better.
Is Star Citizen's official Twitch?
Yeah, I posted it.
There's a couple links.
That was Hurston.
Posted.
It's a new 6 stoner as well.
Fuck, I'm missing out. I can't open the Twitch. There we go.
Link it.
I got it. There we go.
Oh my god, so many desktop backgrounds right now.
I can't say anything. It's fucking. There's an advertisement. Fuck.
Oh,
No.
what the fuck?
No. What the fuck? What?
Yeah,
That's all.
Rip. Rip.
What?
Whoa. What's going on? Offline. Great.
Ruined.
I hit the play button. I'm good.
Oh, I've got an advert.
This is common.
Everyone's typing F in chat.
Fail.
So glad I didn't pay for this.
I was saying, if you have the CitizenCon open still in another tab, you can still watch it, despite the delay. So
Oh, it's back up. Official Twitch.
Oh, God.
The time has come for something new.
Oh my god.
Holy shit!
What the fuck?
To change the game.
A lot of fucking firepower for a fucking space.
Dude, that's totally
Seeing fortunes at the fringes of civilization.
Yeah, this is not civilian.
You need someone you can trust. In this age of uncertainty,
We swear, you guys, it's for civilians.
take back your strength.
Oh yeah, this is dedicated back here. You're coffee in the middle of a firefight.
It's time to
Destroy fucking.
release the
Oh my
Kraken.
god. Look at this ship.
The size of the fucking gun from
Oh
that
my god. Where did?
We got your back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go not $900.
Yo.
I get one.
Yeah, no, that's dangerous.
Okay,
Shut up and take my money.
I am
Take what I
trademarking
just
the name
fucking-
Ass Hander.
That's not good.
Yep, I am trademarking the name Ass Hander.
Please welcome Chris Roberts.
Chris Roberts, my boy.
Sold.
This guy's just like, alright, you guys can give me your wallets now. Everyone just starts throwing their wallets on stage. Everyone in the chat.
That's actually kind of a hard video to follow, but we're going to try our best. It's a lot of fun. So welcome to Hurston. I think we had our very first CitizenCon here back in 2013, so it's great to be back. It's a little larger venue than we were before, and we've got a lot more things on.
So you need to turn off your microphone, buddy.
I'm really excited by everything we're going to reveal and show today. So for you guys, we decided we're going to do something very different this CitizenCon than what we've done in the past, because normally what we do is we show some technology we're working on that in the future you guys are going to get to enjoy, or we prototype some gameplay that's going to come in a year or two's time, like we did with in 2017 with Gamescom and CitizenCon. But this year we made a decision quite a while ago to focus on actual gameplay content. Our original goal was to have the mission that we're going to show you now be live on the day. Obviously, OCS and 3.3 is taking a little longer, so, but the mission that we are going to play and show and walk you through is a mission that you'll all be able to play in 3.3 once Lawville and Hurston's in. All the stuff's in there, warts and all. It's not faked, it's actually proper gameplay, it's not scripted. This is a mission that can happen in various different locations and have different parts.
They're streaming it on Twitch,
and I think it's really cool because it's going to be content you guys are going to be enjoying in the very near future. As soon as we get 3.3 out of PTU and into live, and then we're releasing the Hurston Lawville aspect, so it'll be good. So I'm going to bring Todd Pappy, our live director, to the stage with me. Here he is. And also we have Glenn. Where's Glenn? Who you may remember from some of our missions. And you'll notice he's wearing cowboy boots. Just to give, as an Englishman in Texas, he's wearing some cowboy boots.
Sync's not too bad now.
On the wrong side of his jeans.
Go to Twitch.
For use in Twitch.
Twitch is way better.
But anyway, so do you want to just
go to
something about what we're going to do here? Like it's one of our missions.
It is one of our missions. Basically, high-level beat is that you'll see some of the biomes that we built and on the planet. It will take place on the planet. We're not going to go out in space or anything like that, show off any of the moons. But it is basically real. I mean, that to me is the most exciting part. I think that's
they're not going in space.
Yeah, and I think one of our focuses going forward is focusing on game content in the immediate future, in the current patches, improving the experience, the feel of the game. Even though we're in alpha or pre-alpha, we're really focusing on play experience now and building that up. And so this is one of the steps towards that.
Well, especially getting OCS and the core tech out. Right. You know, that allows us to do what we need to do. Okay. So Glenn's booting up real quick. And then we can go.
The awkward moment of silence.
It's a real mission, that's why. And also one caveat, since you guys know that 3.3's in Evocati, is that it is a 3.3 build, which means potentially it'll be not unlike a Star Citizen demo. There could be a crash in it. You may also see some wonky behavior from AI specifically, because it's all about multiplayer syncing. These are all things that we're aware of working, but we are showing you in 3.3, in the current build, with content will be coming with this and Lawville.
And guys?
The only thing that we have off on this is the bang culling. So this does have asynchronous background loading and object container streaming, but we have the bang culling off because that's actually the most unstable element of what's currently in the 3.3 test of the Evocati, because it adds another level of complexity with the multi-threading and the possible issues that can happen and how things get out of sync. So in this, we just have that turned off, which means the performance won't be as good as the Evocati are getting with bang culling in it. But it's okay, and obviously it's only going to get better. And so bear with us if there's a crash. Hopefully there won't be one. We'll see. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
Someone.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah, as someone famously said.
This is. This really is the first time.
Something F this. Let's do it live.
Oh no. Scritch, dude. This is so bad.
Yeah, breaking. Right.
Almost there.
Almost there. I could tell how awkward it is for them right now.
Should have got an SSD.
Those two need to go in.
Okay, yeah. All right.
What are they on dial-up?
Because we're doing this as a multiplayer, so some friends can join us. So we're just waiting for the last two people to join.
Yeah, we can turn it off and on again.
Oh. Right. Yeah.
What just happened?
2 and 3.
Is it forgetting that he has a mic next to his face?
Are we good? What's happening with Scott and Glenn?
Oh, that's it. The crowd have got in there.
Here come the heckles.
This isn't looking too good.
Do we have to wait for them to be in too?
Yep.
I guess we should have queued this.
Chris doesn't know how to use the fucking thing.
I hope not.
No, but I'm just saying that we said we were doing 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
Someone call the IT guy.
Yeah. That's what they get for Apple, right?
What do you mean Chris doesn't know? I missed.
Guy, he's hiding himself.
He's I can't believe they want me to game on a Mac.
Just do a filler. Fill it in.
I feel bad for them.
Do a little dance.
Song and dance.
Is it just me or is he turning?
This is why it's a 2-hour stream.
Don't feel bad for them. We gave them $200 million.
Is it just me or is Chris Roberts actually turning red beforehand?
Yeah, he is.
He's
Oh,
sweating.
he's stressing out, dude. He's really.
I think we can all swim on his forehead.
This happens every fucking year.
The planet is fired.
The other guy's fucked off. He's like, I'm not staying.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not fucking standing.
No. He's gone to grab something from the other stage, I think.
Paul Rendell around the corner here, telling Todd something important.
Wait, what? You got my P45?
What's going on? Did he say?
Right.
They didn't turn the plug on.
Their friends are loading the game so they can all play together.
That's whoever's got it now.
They're trying to organize a group.
Oh, they're doing a multiplayer.
What the hell are they throwing?
It's balloons.
It's a beach ball or something. Or this one.
Why didn't they do this before the booster?
People throw balls.
They distracted the crowd with a beach ball.
We're good, right? Okay, can we switch to player 1, please?
Somebody should hit it up on the stage.
There we are.
Look at the pecs, guys.
Oh shit, there's no halves.
Alright, so we are waking up in our hab in Lawville. Hurston's the first planet that is a fully formed planet with a proper landing zone. And the goal is to have what we call the habitation system, the hab system, that will give you persistence. You'll start off in a small apartment, but you can earn money, move your way up, upgrade to bigger, better places, get a penthouse, get real estate on different locations. And a longer term goal with the habs, I think in 3.3, the hab system is going to be not that different than what we have currently in 3.2, except for there will be persistence when you're in the session, so you can go back to your hab and through it. But our long-term plan is you have a dedicated hab that is actually a unique location you can go to, and every player has a different one. And we have a city big enough to be able to sort of handle that,
to support
and the other landing zones, which you will see in a little bit.
And obviously, depending on when you get into that hab might be very close to the city, or you might have to take a train out to your house.
To your house, yes, exactly. And you'll sort of see the scale when we get out to the city. So let's wake up, Glenn. We'll get up, lazy.
Floating heads.
And you had a night last night. Look at that. There's some beer, reading.
Oh, even the crowd.
Glenn's, and this will be a personal choice. You can have a messy hab,
yes,
or a
clean.
tidy hab. It'll be
it's got
completely up to you how
morning
you want to hold your items. But let's go. I don't know. It's kind of let's get a cup of Joe.
Yep.
Actually, though, what? Procedural coffee.
So this is actually going to be showing off our.
Why is it clear?
This is a more in-depth interaction system and how this can lead to missions, because we want you to pick up things. We want you to interact with the world and be able to look around and hunt for clues and those types of things.
Burning a hole through the bottom.
Go ahead and get your coffee.
Expect the coffee. Who holds coffee like
Right,
that?
so yeah, we have a cup of coffee, we have the interaction
Yeah, honestly.
where we can,
you know when he goes to pick it up, it's just
look at
gonna
all
crash
items,
the
so you'll be able to, so it's a far, so in 3.3 you'll be able to look at your weapons, look at objects you pick up, and the long-term goal is pretty much most items in the world will be interactable. You can take them, you can move them persistent, you can store them in your spaceship, you can store them in your hab.
And this is where
we're
the
also
ship money has gone.
not in 3.3, but we're going to be expanding the player status system. We already have the stamina that happens in the oxygen. But you know, as we're not going to go full core like survival or hard sim, but you are going to occasionally need to drink some liquids,
especially that it's
or eat
metal,
some
so
food,
or breathe,
or breathe. And it's really just resource management, not any different than you would have resource management for your ship that needs fuel and you know, power and stuff like that. So we'll have our little cup of Joe in the morning, wake us up. There we go. And so some of the things we have in the hab here are also to play with early in 3.3, but we'll actually have more gameplay and meaning. But here's an example of placing and putting stuff around. So you'll be able, so it's not just like the old system in the hangars where you had to put it on certain spots.
Yep.
You can place items anywhere you want, pick them up from crouching. So there's a lot more interactive ability and tactileness. No!
There it goes.
No!
Crash number one.
Never done it there. All right, well.
Is that
the GPU crash again? Is it the GPU crash?
GPU?
Let's see what it is.
What a wank.
What is it?
The whole game shuts down.
Okay, that's a skeleton bounding box.
Look at the cam that he has there.
All right, we have to start. Sorry, we'll start again.
The FIBE cam?
We haven't actually ever seen that crash.
We haven't seen that crash.
No, obviously.
Before that
we've seen other ones.
We have a GPU crash that we've been seeing.
We've
never seen that one before.
So we need to respin the server and then get the players back in.
Acts like he knows what it means.
When's Evo up? That's Evo's code right there. Okay, so let's spin this up. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I should have sent it to the Evocati.
Play the Kraken.
Wouldn't be happening now, would it, Chris?
Yeah, it's like, why would they put...
It's worth seeing.
Do we have the Kraken commercial we can play again?
We're gonna put you guys on a
commercial.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Let's watch some pretty imagery while we do that. You can never accuse us of not doing things live, though.
Yeah.
Crushed.
How many times are we gonna have to watch this?
Oh God. What? This again? That's lore? I thought that was art, or not art, or Hurston. Or Lorville's on Hurston.
Yeah, Lorville's sitting on us actually.
That's pretty cool. We better be able to see that back.
They're working on procedural cloud tech for that stuff for Novas.
Yeah.
It looks like they might actually crafted this video.
Yeah, it's just gonna stay.
Are we actually going this demo, or?
We don't know yet, Kronos. We're not there yet. I'll watch the Kraken trailer again without commercials this time. That's fine.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen
I want that beanie.
Oh, he has the procedural coffee hook. Actually, probably inside.
How is he not dead? The thing doesn't hold an atmosphere.
How small that
You can stop right there. This claim is ours.
Calnor, what are you doing going and robbing prospectors? I know your voice.
I would pay $5 real dollars for that.
Matadors.
Why are pirates robbing other players? And what is a prospector doing feeding a carrier?
The time has come for something new. Change the game. When seeking fortunes at the fringes of civilization, you need someone you can trust. In this age of uncertainty, it's time to take back your strength.
Too bad some base fights never actually fight like that.
It's time to release the Kraken.
Everyone's like strafing, you're like, oh my god.
That thing can
That's
totally
literally
control the
interplanetary. We got your back.
How the hell they got Pegasus going up against Vanguard? I mean, seriously, how the hell they got that happening? I damn sure when I go up against the Vanguard in my campaign.
So,
hold on.
We're
You can see
almost
kinda
there.
what you're doing on screen.
By the way, just I was going to call
Looks
out
like he's
before, but
fine
you
in
couldn't hear me
Hurston.
over the speaker. We have a group in the UK now that sort of works on things like that, and a couple of them are former content creators from you guys that are now starting to work for us. So it's very cool to see that progression where people start as content creators out in the community and then come inside and start working for us and start doing really kick-ass work like that. It's great.
The music was kind of like ACDC type music.
I think we're ready.
Oh, buffering.
Oh,
there we go.
Just
Well,
pause
we
play.
can't say
Group
we
in the
can't
UK
say that
now
this
that
isn't like a
sort of
totally
works on
recreation of how we
things like
play
that.
Star Citizen every day.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, ad, great.
Makes me feel at home.
Won't be so important, but we
oh
are
my god.
What's going on?
Even the ad has frozen.
Yeah, it's same.
It's back on the
Which means
CitizenCon
that-
one is working again.
Video is buffering. Latency.
You know the video's bad when the ad starts buffering.
glass and pull out.
Oh, this is something else. This is not worth the hype.
Ruined.
Oh, will be all things game. You can buy bigger places, bigger spaces.
Yeah, I had to
more places
recycle
store it,
mine
but
or
again,
refresh it.
Really, dude?
What
It's
is going on?
I can't even describe what it's doing. It's
I feel like I'm watching a
freaking out.
slideshow.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back in.
Oh, we're offline.
Oh man.
Hit play.
Yeah, everything is offline.
Everything's offline, yeah.
It's playing for me, but it's like a slideshow.
Oh,
Yeah, everything's
it's back
broken.
on. What the fuck?
Oh, it's back
No,
online
it's on
again.
for me.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's on.
No. There. Okay,
So
Lord, that looks sick. Holy
on
shit.
the AI side, we'll see more of it we go on, but it's the early days of the AI going about their lives. There's a lot more that's going to come in. We have this usable
I just
system
got out there
we
wrong
talked about in the
way.
past. That longer term is what allows the AI to do everything from playing an arcade game to sweeping the floor to having a drink.
Well,
eating
even
food.
allowing the player to do the same
Yeah,
thing.
and the player, you can use the same systems and animations. And so we want to build a living, breathing city or locations, because the thing is, in a multiplayer game, if you just rely on the players for the population, the problem is everyone's running around trying to do a mission or earn money, and they're sprinting left and right. So the AI is very important to give locations a sense of life, which is what we're going to be aiming for here. You're going to see more of it. We're going to go down to the base of L19, and when we look back at it, you'll sort of see it's a tall, sort of upside down bracket.
Like here's the admin office in the bit of L19. So again, that's where you could drop off or have things delivered. You can sort of see how tall it is up on it, and let's head out.
I think this area holds 100 tabs.
Yeah, so each building holds 100 tabs.
Yeah.
So as more players come online and they would start in Lawville, we would actually have more of these buildings that would be populated. Yeah. So here we are. We're out here. This is looking out at the vista onto Lawville. See a fair amount of security, and
we have the spaceport across the way.
Yeah, Tessa Spaceport is the main spaceport of Lawville that's coming, and can't see if we ship, but there should be ships coming and going as well as players. So we have ships that are actually coming out of quantum travel in orbit, coming down, landing on the pad or taking off. But I didn't see any one of them. But that's because it's also systemic, so it doesn't always happen on cue because it's not scripted. And here we'll carry on because we're going to show you a little bit of Lawville. And this area is sort of the kind of the L19 worker area of it,
yes,
right?
And this is about selling the security building and the oppression of Hurston towards its workers.
So Hurston's a corporate planet, and the Hurston Corporation owns and runs it. So as you see a fair amount of security around, they're maybe, I wouldn't say the nicest employer. They want everyone to do their job and not complain, even if they don't get paid a lot and the air quality is really bad. You'll see a fair amount of Hurston security around. They will, stop and do checks on other NPCs, tell you to move on and hurry up. And here we are coming out onto, I think, the main plaza of this particular area. I think we call it Leavestone, right?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll go into the bar.
Yeah, and bar. I've talked about bars long term being locations you would go to get some gossip, find out what's happening, maybe have some slightly shadier missions that you can accept versus the sort of more clean scrubbed ones that you would get on, say, the job boards.
I love that poster.
Yeah, the hammerhead.
So every now and then.
Yeah, and we're in an active city, so we actually have full trains of transit.
Yeah. They do.
Hey, I just went by.
Okay.
You all right?
That's the light flickering.
You want a drink or
something?
something?
I need a drink.
So this is our early implementation of the bartender, and you can order whiskey or you can order beer. So Glenn is going to do an Irish coffee in kind of a messed up way, not the proper way.
What do you want?
Appreciate you.
Good choice.
As I said, this is the 3-3 build.
Yep.
There's visual
still some glitches.
Like
and some wonky gravity.
Fine once we get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't reset the gravity vector until you actually pick it up. So. We got ice cube simulation. There you go. Very important.
Yeah.
And there is only there's only one cube in the whiskey, which is also very important. All right, let's have a drink. Let's have a drink, but not too much.
So again, in the future, when we're talking about the player status, you'll be able to drink too much, stumble around, have those types of wonderful things.
Yeah, maybe you have one drink, you'll have a little bit of courage, you're like a little bit more strength in combat, but too many drinks, so you lose your coordination. All right.
Hey.
We've missed the trains both times. So,
Glenn?
Okay, let's see. All right, we have we got an invite to go see Clovis Darneely in the Reclamation and Disposal. So this is the mission that is the one that we're going to show. So
yes.
Let's accept that. And we just need to go to reclamation and disposal and go.
And this is one of the mission givers on Hurston. One of the multiple ones.
He obviously had a few drinks.
Yeah. So over here we've got Maria Part. This goes back to player status and kind of the idea behind Death of the Spaceman.
Oh, that's
where when you die, this is where you'll, or die, this is where you'll come back. You'll respawn here.
Yeah.
And then also when you get injured and the med pin takes you back to a certain percentage, and then it will fade over time, and then you'll need to actually get fixed up here, whether it's at a hospital or by the Apollo or Endeavor.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the idea is the med pen is a short-term solution that stops bleeding and lets you operate for a little while, but if you don't go and get longer-term fixed up, the bleeding will come back and you'll eventually die. So even with med pens, you still need to go back and get medical help and fix yourself up, just like repairing a, you're like a ship, you repair yourself. So here we are, reclamation and disposal.
Apologies. The air is especially dreadful today. Still alive, I think. Hello. Welcome to Reclamation and Disposal. My name is Clovis Darneely. Wonderful to meet you. What can I do for you on this fine day?
Well, you gave us an invite about work. Let's ask about that.
It's an excellent question. If you're not particularly concerned with shades of morality, I may have a lead on some, well, let's just call it questionable materials in need of forceful collection. The devil's in the details, I believe. Read them well.
Okay, there's a satellite that's fallen from orbit and it has a prototype blade in it we want to check out. Yeah, let's do it.
Wonderful. Best of luck.
Okay, let's head out to the crash site. We're going to just check the mission, I guess. Yeah, make sure we got it. Oh, we're going to do a comm call. All right. We're going to ask one of our friends. Okay. Fingers crossed.
Yes. Definitely.
Hey, man. There he is. Oh, hand's a bit weird.
Oh.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Just chilling here in Larville, waiting for us to check out one of their new ships.
Nice, man. Hey, look, I just got this mission. Apparently I need to go out to some location for some potential salvage. Wonder if you want to...
Yeah, that sounds good. If I'm in the area, I'll definitely join up with you if I see you.
Did he calibrate, by the way?
You look interested.
Definitely.
All right, man. I'll catch you out there, yeah? Meet up with you.
All right, man. Later.
All right, dude. Juicies.
All right. So we come. Obviously, there's still some kinks in the facial stuff to work out.
Just a little bit.
I'm not sure whether we calibrated correctly. And doesn't Chris have glasses or not?
Chris does have glasses.
Yeah. So, but that is an example of comm calls in RTT with the face over IP. Not the best example of the quality that you can get out of it. But we have face over IP that's working right now in the 3.3 OCS branch that the Evercadia.
They can actually play it too.
And they could, yeah, and you'll also be able to go and check it out in the LAN room, the Drake LAN room. Okay,
so that's L19. That is, or
yeah,
sorry, that's the house that we were at in the security building.
shit.
Yeah, behind the security building. And then where's the worker trade stuff?
We're gonna head to Tammany and Sons, which is a shop, and we're gonna buy some armor. We're gonna buy a multi-tool as well because we'll need that for the mission. So straight ahead, that is to the business district that we'll be working towards for 3-4.
I missed it.
They say that they will release it for the Evocati today.
Which Hurston?
Release this for Evocati, please.
I hope. What? It looks like
Don't try to cosplay those little
the bags,
cheap plastic bags, breathing apparatus things. It may not end well.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool armor.
That's
All right, so this is this is the actual new flight suit that's coming with 3.3. It's the RSI Odyssey. It's very cool. So we're just gonna get it.
Point of view.
Buy the helmet.
What is it? A light armor?
They need to make a button that's buy suit.
Oh yeah, that's $2 million.
That's the new flight suit.
And then we need to go.
Do we have the suit? I don't have the suit.
Yeah, we have the suit. We need to go get the multi-tool.
What is this?
Oh, they actually added it. What? She can actually fix things now.
So
What
think
the
of
fuck?
the multi-tool like
Oh my God.
your personal utility item that will have different attachments that you can actually use, whether that be cutting or welding or salvaging. Hopefully mining. I can talk them into mining.
Yeah, like small scale mining.
Yes, very small scale.
You can already get the mining helmets.
Alright.
You can actually have an engineer.
Those are in the grand barter.
No, the one in the middle right in front of him. Is that one there?
You sure we got the face?
This entire time?
He was naked this whole
Undersuit
time.
empty.
Oh.
Nice clothes, Emperor.
Yeah. Okay then.
Alright,
Yeah, you only did buy the helmet, by the way, just let you know. Did it not let you be able to buy the RSI suit?
That's awesome.
No, I don't think it gave him the right items.
Needs to refresh them.
Oh, it's a global chat. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that had changed. Did you see
Oh,
it?
there you go.
That global chat had changed.
Oh, that's cool.
Write that
That's
up
pretty
as a
nice.
bug.
Better than the fucking green one we have.
The global chat thing is kind of a pain in the ass.
So just put a little armor on top of the RSI.
That's awesome. That
is so freaking.
It looks really good.
That looks really good.
This guy's probably
We'll do the
getting
helmet when we fly.
tuberculosis, but whatever.
You guys are getting a new undersuit.
Yeah, you don't need that
too.
on Hurston. Even though
Wait
the
a
air
minute,
quality
do
is
you
bad,
guys
it
see
is
those
breathable.
bags? Did you see the bags?
Yeah.
Bag
Right.
helmets? What the fuck is that?
I didn't see it.
It's because of the air quality.
Yeah, the air quality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. I
So
thought
we're
it
gonna
was
make
a,
our way to.
I thought it was a
an
bug,
ice
but that's like a legit
the
helmet.
train station.
That's why they just said.
Workers district, and that's how the workers
breathing
get
apparatus,
taken
the
to the
whole
strip mine.
That's why Chris just said don't try and cosplay it.
Yeah, look, you see,
Oh,
there's
it's
actually
trains.
functioning.
Oh, that's
I don't know
so
if you
cool.
saw that, but there's
Yeah, don't put
functioning
Walmart
trains
bags over your head. You'll
in
just die.
Lowville. We're actually going to get on one of the trains. We just saw one go past. We can go to the
That
metro
is
station.
so
There you
You
go.
know, like in
Um,
so
like
free.
Japan, they wear
And
the
yeah,
face masks
there's actually a
with
functioning
smog.
transit system that we're going to
That's
head
what they're
to,
trying to portray here. Smog
which
so
is
bad.
very cool. And even when you're flying outside, you can see
Oh, I just noticed it's an
the
artist
trains
design. It's
on
like
their tracks
take that over.
going
the
between
schedule.
the different stations.
I'm okay with these songs because you're always gonna have some
Some
a-hole.
fucking Matador guy that just shoots up the whole place.
They can't take them. They can't take them away. They intend to, but until AI is properly implemented,
properly working, and the griefers are just gonna fuck everything up.
the FPS.
We have the admin
AI
office that
isn't,
we just passed. That's the residencies,
perfect.
and then we've got the security building right here.
It's not perfect.
I mean, most of them aren't even union guys, so I think that doesn't help either. Oh,
No.
Okay, man, you got an attitude here.
fucking teleporting attitude.
So we watch it, we stare at it, we like hang out too long, they tell us to move along. Again, there's still some kinks, everyone's working out on that side of stuff. Let's go to the Metro Center to get to the spaceport.
Everyone's just pointing at the sky with finger guns.
They're probably pointing at the noob in the reclaimer. Look, he's falling!
People are actually running. Yeah, I was just gonna say this is.
Welcome to Metro Center.
So here we could either go to the perimeter line, which would take us to the outskirts, or we can take the spaceport line, which is going to take us into TCS spaceport.
Hammerhead.
So that's where we need to go to get our ship.
There's 6 different gates that the player can enter into the city,
This is really cool. This
and
looks like
plus
the
the
transit system
spaceport.
in my suit.
So it gives you just kind of the idea of the scale of the city.
Going like on a ship.
And all these
Going on a train.
trains run on a schedule. So actually, if we take a look, we can
Imagine
see
those synchronizers with the
so,
even a freaking
train
schedule.
arriving in 103 seconds. What about the other track? Look at the other track.
Oh my
Train
god, I can't believe
arriving
we're getting this
in
in a few weeks.
Oh,
This is going to be great.
Train's departing.
This is
train's
Hurston.
departing in
We're not
26
gonna get
seconds.
this.
So it just came in.
So we missed it coming in.
Hurston's coming
Right.
in a couple of weeks.
But yeah, basically the trains come and go.
Yeah, you suck. You missed the
What
train.
from what I was told that we're
So
gonna
actually
have
walk out and go and take the other
what
train.
we have now with
Fine.
object
You want to do
container
that?
train.
Or just watch it go.
One thing
Yeah,
that
but
you will notice is that the
3.35
transitions
have,
between
5, 4,
heliports
yeah.
or between elevators,
Yeah,
as well as
that's what I meant. In a couple
this is basically like a fancy
Right,
transport.
yeah.
Mugged on those trains. There's no
Off it
AI.
goes.
Now
Let's go to the
fixed,
other
so you
train.
won't fall out.
Give us your credit.
50 seconds. Alright, back
So-
to beach ball.
Okay, we got 53 seconds.
Commuter
We're simulate. We're going to do commuter citizen. So if you miss the train, you have to wait for the next one.
This car's gonna blow. You missed the train.
I saw somebody that was very excited about that on Reddit.
Wall
So
for an
Yeah.
hour.
this one's for you.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, I
okay
just
with
wanted to
that.
show. I love the fact that there's a
Yeah,
running transit system, and you have to catch it right. And
Where's that, Elvis? Is that
And
Elvis?
actually, the team worked very, very hard on this, putting this together and
Yes.
actually building the tracks, building
That's cool. Another
everything
AI is
that goes
actually
into
waiting
it.
for the train as well.
should be
The other
showing
thing,
up any minute now.
Just
What are they gonna do when there's like
Oh, that
50
is so
people
cool.
Little
waiting?
trainee. There you
Be
go.
like Japan where there's even cars.
See, in Star Citizen, the trains do run on
Wow.
time.
this one started.
We may
pretty-
crash.
Yeah.
We may do some other stuff, but our trains definitely run on time.
So the AI in the future will be able to transition between the spaceport and L19. Right now they don't, so it will be a
Yeah, you'd
An
have
empty
you have a
ride.
train, people getting on, getting off,
Yeah.
sitting down in the seats, just like you would get in a normal commuter train. So
Maybe
the usable system, the new usable systems only just come online. It's one of the reasons why you're not seeing that many of the actions that are going. But this is all physically real. We are traveling in Lawville, and you can see.
Anybody
see
notice
out.
the frame rates right now?
Yeah, what the literally not
You look back, you see the tracks, right?
the halves. Oh, that is so
And that's the Hurston Dynamics building, which is 4 kilometers high. Lawville itself is about 24 kilometers in sort of diameter, the main area of it, which is about equivalent to Austin, actually. So Lawville's about Austin size in real world scale. So that's, I think not many games sort of do things at the level of scale that we're doing. So here we are coming into TISA Spaceport.
Wait, what is that?
And longer term on the transit system, we're going to have line switching, a lot more options. There'll be much more like a real, kind of metro system or track. 'Cause right now, they
It's
sort of
just
run
point A
point
to
to
point
point B, but we're going to have them have actual multiple stops that you're going off, multiple hub stops.
Loads of things all over the.
Anyways, fun.
Yeah.
So there you are. And whatever the
what a
train
maniac,
simulator out there, we're
maniac.
doing a little bit of that too.
Oh no, he's thinking of shooting him.
Yeah, got a parking ticket.
Yeah, crime stat.
All right.
Oh, you gonna shoot him? Oh.
This looks shifty. Good spot for an ambush.
There we go. I'm going to head to the spaceport, which will be the place.
Oh, it's gonna shoot him.
Hey, why does that
He's
guy
holding
look
his
like,
gun.
Have all the relevant information ready for inspection.
This dude
Alright.
walks like a girl.
So longer term with the law and order system that we're going to be working with, going between places, depending on what you carry, there'll be checkpoints, so you won't be able to necessarily say carry weapons or contraband.
The yellow
And that's kind of what these custom points are. They're not fully operating yet, but that's the longer term goal. Won't be in 3.3, but as the law and order system comes in, that's all going to be part of it. And here we are.
Just for the smugglers, that makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, you got to find a backdoor entrance or how to come or how to hide it. And smuggling is a specific kind of gameplay that we are going to.
Deus Ex lights.
So here we're in the main concourse.
Is that a Taurus?
You can sort of look out.
That's a Phoenix.
Yeah, ignore the glitching AI. We have lots of those.
Hammerhead.
Wait, where's the hammer?
Kraken, that's Kraken.
Kraken, it's in game.
Part of that, that's actually, we'll go there later. Saw that. That's the Kraken. You can see the sides of the Kraken because it's got a cutlass on it and a buccaneer. If you take a look, we zoom in. And the LOD's in properly. There you go.
I need it.
So it's not a small
Still pretty
ship.
cool. It's in there.
I don't know. Are there any ships coming and going? I'm not this build. I saw it like this morning.
The ship's getting.
I'm gonna have to shoot that.
Jesus, where the hell my head?
Oh my god, I need to change my pants.
Do we disable the ships coming and going? I don't know
No.
what happened. So in the spaceports, you'll come. There'll be sort of hubs.
The Phoenix
so
hub
normally
for
there'll probably be a ship dealer. There is actually a ship dealer on this spaceport, which we'll go and see later on. There'll be different lounges. So like maybe one for the Chairman's Club, one for sort of UE, USO style one, and then we're going to have various guilds that if you
Oh, the M50.
they may have their own
There's plenty of people here who
lounge
make
in
you a plus
the various spaceports.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to go and just retrieve our ship. To go on the mission.
Pick up some ships.
Yeah, honestly, what the hell?
The rework.
$200,000.
We'll take the new Mustang, which has been reworked. Not the Aurora.
No.
Either that or in-game ships are going to be ridiculously expensive.
So over in that direction, we're going to go back and visit it later on. It's actually where the ship dealer is, which is a big deal because in 3.3, when Hurston and Lowville are in, you'll be able to buy ships.
Yeah,
and also rent ships over here. So we'll have ship rental too.
Board gamer just hit the roof.
You're not going to be able to buy every single ship because we're going to have different ship dealers or places that will specialize. Like here's an Origin dealer or whatever. So, and there'll also be used ship dealers. Like we're going to have one on Levski called Teachers, which will be fun. But we'll go visit this later. Let's go to oh, and down here. Sorry, Glenn. Yeah, Glenn's reminding me. Long term, you're also going to be able to take like transit, just the same like we have the transit system.
That's when they
add commercial transport to different locations on the planet or off
the Starliner.
So that would be where that would be down on the spaceport. And we would build that. So as an NPC,
yeah,
you could fly your own ship, or you could take a ship to get there, basically a Starliner. So let's go down to the hangar.
Please don't kill
and in 3.3 of Lowville and Hurston, we've got two hangar types that we've built, which is the large hangar and the extra large, because they
really
will
want to know is
hold every ship.
like,
Now, obviously, we're going to be in a large hangar, even though we're in a Mustang. It's too big of a
Phoenix and 600
really hangar for a Mustang. But
it sells the scale.
Yeah, you'll get a sense of scale.
I would like to
either for
ferry
3.4 or just after 3.4, the small hangar will come in line. There are small hangar places in the spaceport. It's just we haven't finished the interior of the small hangar out.
This is built out of our common elements. So the idea is that this is how we scale. You know, we build these big elements and then we can bring them down and build smaller elements.
No, this is a hangar.
So here's the large hangar, which will fit lots of ships, not just a Mustang.
Yeah.
And again, longer term on the we still have some AI going around, but you know, people will be moving parts. When you land, they'll bring stuff over to your ship. So the long-term goal is to have the AI in the place, give it a sense of life, give it a sense of operation. So you know, they're coming out to refuel your ship, coming out to fix it up, all the rest of it. Alright, let's get our helmet on and go for a flight.
It's the asset is what I'm talking about. Like,
well, no, the truck stop hangar has the one where you go straight out. This one you have to
right
straight up.
But when you look at the walls and the layout and everything else, like the back thing where the control booth is, and the side cargo, the walls.
I don't know. I didn't see that. Anyway.
Dual Scorpions on the front of that thing?
Yeah. I did it. Upgraded to a size 3.
Wow.
No, not for the Mustang.
The Mustang doesn't have size 3.
No, I think it was a size 2 Scorpion.
Oh, sorry, size 2.
That's a Tiger Shark then, isn't it?
Yeah, Tiger's right.
Well, I'm not liking the dashboard.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Your journey begins
That's
now.
not great.
All systems operational.
All right, let's go to
It's
comms.
like a giant piece of glass to break.
Just headbutt it.
What are they saying about?
We just got him in. He's a little blown out.
Yeah, and we can't hear him either. But he's like, okay, you got permission to land.
Permission to take off.
Did they not have
Take off, sorry, yeah, not land.
Yeah, I don't really like the single
So,
panel design.
Glenn, can you look up or?
I like it a lot.
Good.
I liked it when it had looked like
Yeah,
a
you see the
space
hanger
light.
opens on top.
Yeah.
There you go, our hangar doors are opening. And again, the hangar's all here, it's all physically correct, so the hangar is in the location, you'd see it outside. When you're playing it, you'll see other players coming and going, landing in the hangars. So let's take off.
Launch complete.
Actually.
There we go.
Warning.
Oh, the Kraken.
So we're also introducing some restricted zone.
So you
and
can see the
the
sort of
Kraken.
red area, which is like you're not, until you're after a certain height, you can't fly on. Here we are, that's the Kraken that we were looking out on.
Ash.
Over there, right there is
L19.
where you
Yeah.
spawned.
All the.
So this gives you a good sense of scale.
And I don't know if we can see, but you should see trains run on the tracks. Depending on the tracks to the left there, I can't.
This is
Depending on
why
timing.
it takes
Timing,
9
yeah.
months to make a city.
Yep.
Just going to get up to appropriate height. And obviously, if you can see, Lawville's made quite a lot of
Last year they
progress from
showed
last year when we
ArcCorp,
showed it in the ArcCorp demo.
No, they
CitizenCon.
teased it, but
So we spent a
last
fair
year
amount of time
they also showed
building
this
it out, and
before.
also building it in a
How
way
big this
that
is.
will be performant for a city
Last
of
time
this scale.
I had not the feeling that this.
I think you
so
can
big.
increase the size of the building quite a lot.
Oh
too.
my god, look at this.
Oh, that's where they make all the Android.
Yeah, but you get a sense of just how big the main Hurston building is. And in the goal is in 3.4 or just after it, this opens up as a whole separate area that you take a train to go visit in.
Oh, so this area open.
No.
Well,
Yeah,
I imagine they don't want you seeing too much of the detail in terms of where you can fly.
yeah, I guess.
So I doubt that they've hashed out every square inch down there.
But that was something that was the original thing because
That's awesome.
Look back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really like the new
How big
Mustang.
the sun is now. That is awesome.
Beautiful. I'm talking about the view, but yeah, Mustang's really good.
I don't know. I can't. I want to see my head.
I think that's the beta. Yeah, that's the beta.
Where
Yeah.
are we flying to?
That's mine. Mine too.
Alright.
That
That is cool.
purple actually works. Blue and yellow.
Flying out into Hurston.
Just look how big
So I think
this
we've got
map is.
Is that water?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
water. This is where they came in from the last demo.
So Hurston's actually built out of 6 biomes. We've got desert, savanna, acidic, strip mines, trash, and polluted coast. So here you'll see the polluted coast. If Glenn flew down towards the ocean.
Oh, that lags and crashes.
Yeah, and Hurston is, I believe,
Look at
about
the arms
2,000
systems,
kilometers
arms
of
systems,
diameter.
what the hell?
So it's about Earth size based on our ratio. So we're doing 1/6 for the main planets, and that's mostly just for traversal reasons, because you'll see, it already takes quite a while to fly, not even that far of a
Maybe so
distance.
planets
and,
are only 1/6 of what they're supposed to be.
the old flight model, we had some of it, but the new flight model even more enforces it. So when you're down in atmosphere, the thicker it is, the harder it is for you to go fast. When you get higher up, you'll be able to go faster. So yeah, we figured 1/6 of the size is still way bigger than anyone else is doing on planets, like 1-1, but it's a nice balance between
I think they
having the
make
size and the
1/6
scale
of Earth, maybe.
and being allowing you to traverse it in reasonable times. So I think that's sort of acid, the acidic area, and then there's sort of polluted coast here, and we're heading towards the place we've been told for the mission. And this particular mission, I believe, can spawn in multiple locations.
Yes,
This
it will be.
destination around Hurston.
Yeah.
And so.
And also have multiple branches to it.
And can be multi-part or not multi-part, have different sizes of stuff. So.
They're doing like 250.
594.
I'm expecting all you guys, once you get hold of Hurston,
that's one good thing about smog.
Lots of pretty screenshots and cool community video of.
Is he flying an afterburner or
it's
something?
better than we manage to do normally, so that's pretty awesome.
No, that's
actually one of the nicest things every time we do a new release is seeing all the content that you guys generate.
Well, the beta is more aerodynamic than the
25 on 25
Kotlin,
flight.
so I guess it kind of makes more sense.
So we're sort of hitting the sort of savannah-style territory. There's a couple of biomes in Hurston that aren't in this one, but there'll be a planetary bombardment kind of biome. So like Hurston uses, they make weapons and they use the planet for testing. So that would be sort of this cratered area that they're testing their orbital devices, and then there's going to be the executive gardens, which will be really sort of plush,
very quickly.
For the 1% of Hurston that they've got there, walled gardens, and it's not polluted, and it's set separately from hoi polloi. Not the hoi polloi. I always get correct on that because hoi is the.
I like that.
Right, so let's head towards our destination.
Like trails too, they did it pretty well. The winglets.
Kind of like that kind of spidery looking profile.
Yeah.
How far out?
Panel could be a little bit lower. I always seem to have a problem with that.
Oh. Glenn's showboating.
Crashes underground. Too much chat is just
And we have in the new flight model, which I believe is going to be a talk right after this. Actually, it may be. Is it the one? Is it after this or one session after this?
I think it's one session.
So the new one has a lot more accurate on the atmospheric modeling, drag, lift correctly, and so the different sizes of atmosphere. One.
Guess we're in a different biome now.
Be in 3.3, but our goal is to get the new model into 3.4. But it's gonna change a lot of things. Probably takes some getting used to. There's definitely a different feeling performance down on planets than there is up in space, which is really good. And also it depends on the ship. So like a ship that has more atmospheric ability, like a Gladius or something, flies a lot better and can turn much tighter in atmosphere than say an Aurora, which is basically a flying brick. So it's pretty, it's very cool. And if you feel it, I don't know in our land room if we're actually showing the atmospheric, we're letting people play with the atmospheric flight there, but it definitely feels different than when you're in space, which is something I think a lot of people wanted to see, and we now have with the new one. So okay.
So the goal for scanning, obviously, is to give you a general area that you need to go and scan in. You need to ping, and then from there it's about hunting and finding what you need to actually do. So we found it because Glenn knows where to go.
Well, we went to the general mission marker and then we scanned it.
Yes, but you saw it.
And the scanning, gameplay is an ongoing thing. So we have quite a lot of more stuff to come in terms of scanning locations, ships. I mean, there's already some of it for mining, and there's already a bit of it for ships, but in terms of what ships have, what their cargo, whether you can have things to block the scans, figuring out what resource amounts are in distant areas.
And that's what we would consider kind of short-range, mid-range scanning. Long-range scanning would be a different aspect, and that is more about exploration.
Okay, so here's the down satellite that we're just sort of going over the top, and we probably should find a location to land.
I didn't know atmospheric flight was supposed to be into 3.3. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, he said off. Wait. I thought they were little shrubs.
No, they're trees.
No, that's what I said. Going right now.
This is 3.4. This is the December release.
Oh. Oh, it is. Wait, seriously?
Yep.
No, this This is 3.3.5. This is what's coming between now and 3.4.
Thank you for giving me a heart attack.
I don't think atmospheric flight is coming in 3.35.
He just said it's after 3.
All right, we are down on the ground. Let's go check this thing.
That's what I just said.
Turn around, let us. Oh, he's not gonna look at the
Yeah, because Hurston and Lorbo is supposed to come in. Oh, look at the oxygen.
Which means that all of this should be in 3.35.
Yeah.
Sure, we have a few weapons.
He even
just
said
in
before
case.
he started that they're going to be showing gameplay that's like, coming up in the patch. So.
And pistol, ammo.
You should be doing this at a locker, not just like, I don't know, video games.
Ammo do you want?
Right.
Oh, and the multi-tool.
Well, that's cool. Okay, let's do it.
I'm really hyped for that multi-tool.
I wonder if the multi-tool is going to take up a gun slot.
Looks pretty
Nope,
good.
it's got its own slot. It's got a utility slot.
Oh my god.
So this is Savannah.
It's an exploration.
Very different
people.
biome from what you guys saw before and what you've seen in our game.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Everyone was
Why
just
are we
talking
doing
about
the
how
whole-
it was a desert in Twitch chat.
Yeah, and this is early days on this. We've still got a lot more stuff to do on our Planet Tech. Obviously, longer term, we're going to have animal, like fauna, animals,
Yeah,
creatures.
he's on a
so there'll
hill.
be natural wildlife depending on the place. There's going to be weather systems. So dynamic weather, rain, snow, all the rest of it.
He did lock his ship.
And I'm actually looking forward to when we can have
This
a
will be
real
really nice
dense
landing,
sort of
big
jungle
ships,
planet.
so
I mean,
we'll see how
Hurston's
we're
sort of
gonna
been
do that
polluted,
in
so
the
the most you get
It
is
just gives
either
like a
this
sense
sort
of
of
skill. I thought that
kind of
thing
sparse
was so
savannah,
small, like, how big
or
is
you're
that?
going to get the executive gardens. But the tech that the
Tesla's going
Frankfurt
to be
guys and Marco
super
Cabetta,
busy.
who's been heading it up, is pretty awesome because this thing covers the whole planet, and when you get down, you're right in the middle of it, and it's really, really cool. And we're constantly working to improve it, so it's already a level above what we showed a year ago, and it's it's great. It's going to be even better as we carry on.
You got any marshmallows?
So, and here we go. In the current game, the fire doesn't damage you, but longer term, the fire will damage you. It'll be part of the player status system. We're going to measure the temperature and the heat. So over a certain amount, you start to get damaged. And also, if you're in a tight area, we will actually have the fire entity itself be sucking oxygen out of the air. So, like if there was a fire aboard one of your ships, if you don't put it out, it's pulling the oxygen out of the air.
Did you hear
which
that?
would work with our player status
fire
system, which is all the systemic stuff that we want to get into the game. So it's one big sandbox to just live and exist in, and the things that you think would happen as they would in real life do.
And it's not just fire, it'd be acid or radiation or other different hazard types that we can actually think of and use.
All right, let's.
There you go.
Yeah, kind of.
Climbing, finally.
I don't think he's here though. No.
See if I can get a hold of the
Top.
game for them. The game for them is going to change a little bit.
So we're sort of using. I mean, we've had mantling for a bit. There's a bit more mantling that's going on. Again, all our player sort of locomotion, movement stuff. Stage one, we're working on it, but yeah, you'll be able to, mantle, vault, slide, basically do a lot of these sort of parkour style actions and have full locomotion and interactivity with the environment. Again, because we want it to be sort of a tactile, exploratory game feel to it.
Casually walks across fire.
What's happened with the? Is it me or is there's something blown out on
The lights.
effects? Yeah. Okay, let's try to make this jump. It's like old school platform game here.
It's gonna crash.
All right, are we gonna do it, Glenn?
I believe
get a
in you,
good run
buddy.
up. Here we go. Oh! Glenn! All right. Okay, back up again. Like I said, it's like an old school platform game.
What planet is this on, Hurston?
This is Hurston, yeah.
This is a recent
He's taking a big roundabout on the way on those hills, I
Alright. Let's do it all first.
He has to take a roundabout way and be careful because he's using a controller.
Controllers, turret cubes.
The only reason they're using one is because of. I thought I saw an animal in the distance for a second, but it was just.
We're actually docked.
The only reason they're using it is they don't have.
Yeah.
So we're actually docked as we're going under it. First person. We're man the last thing. Alright.
He's gonna.
Back here. Try it again.
Do it. Do it. Do it. And he misses again.
Yeah,
And
that
he
was obvious.
jumps
His legs
way
are
too
broken.
early.
Oh my god, he'll just kill himself.
Settle down.
Glenn!
Heal yourself.
He gonna die.
Yeah, you better get that med pen.
it.
Do we get any?
Oh, he died. I get you guys.
Glenn.
Did you die?
It played the sound.
Oh, wreck.
Oh, Chris Roberts is furious. Glenn's gonna lose his job.
Fucking excommunicated.
No, I think what really sucks is he has only an Aurora to go back in.
Can you do a go-to? Yeah.
I never just talked shit about you.
What's that?
You go-to?
Yeah, okay. Alright, we're gonna cheat. We're gonna use a developer go-to so we don't have to have you guys go through the whole thing. Yeah, we are gonna teleport.
Go to 3.4.
Okay, we did say it was real gameplay and live. There you go.
Guys, we should use that.
Absolutely.
So,
Alright.
I think next time you fall, you should probably head before you take the next jump.
I keep thinking I'm seeing animals, but it's just the particles. Holy shit.
Yeah, if you look at the distance, I think I'm seeing like antelope.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, one more time. Glenn like made that jump every single.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see you miss that jump.
I'm surprised she's been
until now.
50 FPS, 60 FPS.
Twice.
There's been some hitching. He's panning very slowly.
I feel really bad for Glenn, to be honest.
They're in depth.
She's probably gonna get
So that's why I think Chris Roberts should
Sprint,
play.
jump and look up, buddy. Look up.
You got it.
Drive
Is that his actual heart rate?
Yeah, is he attached to an ECG?
How fast is going down? That's real life there.
They uncrack.
So again, you're looking for a prototype blade.
Oh, jump back with that shit.
Yeah, this looks like the right one.
Big cat, I know what we'll be doing.
That's what the new sticks of RAM in the future look
And
like.
this goes to the tactileness that we want. Is that the right one?
400 kilobytes of RAM right
470.
there.
No,
Nope.
we need a TEC prototype. XX. Alright.
I love it.
It just proves it on
Drop that. Exactly. Check this one out. No, it's the same one. So the prototype one does not appear to be there.
To be a oh.
There you go.
Oh, he didn't even need to go on top this
So,
whole time.
someone's probably gotten here first and taken the prototype. So, what we need to do is figure out, and this is an example of a multi-part mission, right? So,
Yes.
this mission could have ended here and you had the prototype as one of the things, or it can carry on and someone's taken it. In this case, someone has taken it. So, we've got to figure out, find out where the prototype is.
Bloody matadors.
There's Sandy Gardner.
Yeah.
It's Glenn.
We don't have impaling just yet. I don't think I have the physics question. So if we go in here, and this is an example of, you know, like another thing you could do or a puzzle is the satellite shut down, but if we maybe get our multi-tool out and perhaps cut away those restraints there.
It's so slow, it's driving me nuts.
What?
He starts my frame.
You can actually deactivate people's shits now.
Oh my god. Shit. Stevie.
Falls off.
I ate a lot of Chipotle.
And there'll be things in the game that let you read what you can use it for on. Reset it.
Reboot DS.
And
But the
hopefully it
multi-tool
will
was never on the
allow us to
roadmap,
track
so
where
it's
the prototype is.
Reboot
Okay,
there.
we started Starlight's internal system. And there's a prototype somewhere, so let's go find it.
Your ships.
And decided to mess things up.
Well, I mean, they're pads, so if you use your Kraken, for instance, be careful.
Yeah. But then but there's some of them have got that onboard security, haven't they?
Hopefully.
Should.
I keep thinking that thing in the it's like right ahead of him is a duck.
Yeah, that one piece of freaking scrap right there.
Think about guys cutlasses with open ramps and things like that. Freelancers open ramps.
Yeah, yeah.
What the hell is this? It's more cactus. Yeah, it's more cactus.
Why can't he run shorty? Is he trying not to look at his ship? Is that what he's doing?
They're respawning this ship.
Oh, it's friends.
Oh,
We're gonna.
hang on.
Oh, shit.
Motherfucker.
That's why he's not looking that way.
What kind of ship is that? Is that another
That's a hammerhead.
Yeah, alright, well I guess we don't have our eyes.
What do you mean a hammerhead?
Looking good.
Like the hammerhead would have finished that in like 2 shots.
Hammerhead would be
Matadors are on Chris Robert's server.
Someone else, and this would be an example of someone else getting the same mission to come and get there.
Yeah,
They saw our
the
ship,
Matadors are already
and
posted.
they decided to take it out and then try to go for the prototype.
And I believe you just called your friend?
Are we doing the reveal or not? It's happening on camera.
Player 6 just crashed.
What is that?
Ian, can you cut to camera 2? Chris, can you go? Chris, go third person.
There it is.
Okay. This is our friend that we just called, showing up. Let's show the tail, side gunner.
Oh my god!
There you camera 3. There we go.
Holy shit!
So this is the Anvil Valkyrie, and it is the first
Camera 2.
first straight to flyable ship that we've done. So it's a Anvil drop ship, and it's going to feature also in Squadron 42, and this will launch with 3.3.
That is the drop ship.
Holy shit, guys.
Take out
Okay,
5, take out 4.
Yeah, let's get rid of the bad guys.
Take out the bad guys.
Yeah, okay. I have my wallet on my lap right now.
Camera what? Glenn, where are you? Let's see what he's doing. Where are the bad guys?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
They started it 4 years ago and decided not to tell us.
Glenn is DC.
Oh.
Yeah, we got it.
Are those AI or
Pinky shit. We lost the... Yeah, right? I can see him on camera too. Okay,
There we go.
done.
Hear that right? It's coming in.
We're still having some sync issues in the multiplayer. Alright, I think we killed all the bad guys. Alright, let's bring it down.
That is fucking.
Look
oh
at
my
those.
god. Oh my god.
How much?
From fucking from what's that movie? Avatar. That
Yeah.
the one with
Yeah.
the-
Oh yeah, it's a big rock. Let's avoid that one.
It's really frustrating.